And if you're not up to date on this, just go right on the cap because it'll shatter. He'll never walk again. Okay, let's go. Okay. On the next one, we're both on 3 body. When he comes in to kick, I'm going to just like this. Now, think caught a 6. Okay? Because when he kicks, I block, he's not penetrating. He's right back, knuckle on Sun King. Okay? How's that? One more time. Okay? Go ahead. Now, right here with the hairline, about 1/2 inch behind the hairline. You know, of course, we've got different hairlines.
Right on it.
No, it's right here at like the peak of your head, okay, where you crack them. See, on that one, I think you have a misconception. The idea is the guy wants to penetrate through and kick you, and there's your block. And then look, when he's regaining his balance, where are you at? Right there. So that's why you change your side. Let him go by you and strike it. And I can just imagine these old monks sitting down there and they're going through second time and they go, we left something out. Next one, move back. Okay. Any question on that? Okay. Now it just so happens that they got their senses back, and on section 6, the guy's going to side kick with his front leg. The first thing is move back. Okay? So the last one on 5 and the first one on 6 is move back. Now we're going to have the second one here. Y'all remember that, don't you? Good. Do those 3. I guess I should have explained that section 6 is the guy has his left foot forward, he just side kicks with his left foot. Okay? Everybody got that? Yes, sir. Okay. Now the next one, we're going back to Dragon Fist. However, the move comes from Hsing Snake. From here, when the guy kicks, strike, just like that. Remember this way? Y'all remember the snake from there? Okay, so when he kicks, I block it like this, strike it like that. Sorry. That's all right. Okay? Dragon Fist. You got to have the guts to step into this one, so go ahead. The 3 body, when he kicks up, just kick his knee. Just like that. Before he get the kick off, all you do is just kick. Now, be careful, okay? Because you can't hurt the guy's knee. As he picks that knee up, boom. That's it, right there. Now, I pushed. You know, in reality, you're going to kick. All right? Let's go. Be careful. Don't hurt anybody. I just want him to show the attack on this one from his 3 body. He's going to bring his back foot through and side kick with the right foot. Okay? Because on 6, he was kicking with the front foot, right? So on 3 body from here, boom. Ah, I missed him. I'm going to try that again. Missed him again. Let me show you what it's supposed to look like. Oh. What I'm doing is hitting him with a hammer fist right here in a place called bladder 57. You feel that? Boom, just like that. Oh, wow. So all you do is just step to the side and hammer fist like that. Oh, man. Let's go, try it. I can do it both ways, that way, you know. We're on 3 body, 3 body. I'm going to block like this and cannon fist like that. You thought I was going to do number 6, right? Because the block is just like number 6, but then I hit and uppercut right here in the low ribs. And this starts in the rib low, goes up. Try to go to his jaw, you know. From here, block, boom, cannon fist. Okay? Let's go. And the last one, section 7, when he comes through, you avoid it. Well, sorry, up. You avoid it, kick the back of the leg, just like that. It's a good thing if you can put your shin right into the back of his calf. You know, just like that. You know what I'm saying? We get it all. It's dealing with grappling and throwing, which I don't do a lot of, okay? I don't see myself doing some of this stuff, but that's okay. You can pick and choose what you want. The first one is difficult just to get the hold. So I'm going to show you the hold, or the attack, and then I'm going to show you the solution to that, and then I'm going to show you the solution to the solution to that, so then you're all crazy, right? And that's just the first one. So before we go to the other one. On this one, when the guy comes in and punches to the right, you're going to block. you're going to come in, pull this foot here, put your head in his chest, drop him to the ground. Now, let me go over that detail by detail because it's very difficult. It's hard to do, okay? You're going to, as he punches, you're going to step inside and block. The hand that blocks is going to go behind this knee. At the same time this hand goes behind this knee, this foot's going to come here. You're going to grab him by the waist and put your head in his chest. Sweep and pull. So you're pulling with the left hand, you're sweeping with the right foot, and you're digging your head into his chest. And he hits the ground. You will hit the ground on this one. Okay? So be careful. When you go down, chin on your chest until you stop moving. Okay? I suggest you take this one slow so you get the technique correct. And once you get it down, then I'll show you what to do about it if somebody's trying to do it to you. Okay? Let's go. Let's say somebody's going to do this crazy thing to you. You know what? Maybe we should be on the other side. Okay, let's say that I come in to punch him, and he comes in to grab me. I'm going to twist this way. Boom! Come back, just like that. So as soon as he comes down, in order to keep this foot from coming in here and him grabbing, go ahead and try to grab him. I twist like that. See, I go almost to his knee. And that throws him off. And then I twist back, Phoenix faces the sun, right into his temple. That'll stop it. Okay, let's go. So let's say that I punch him and he comes in to do this, and he reaches down and grabs my leg. Hit! Oh, just like that. And then I pull. Now, what you're doing is you're kicking him in the groin with your shin. You're curling your toes back behind his butt. You're jerking him in. Now, the key is this. If you kick him hard enough, his feet come off the ground, and when you pull, he's on the ground. Okay? And he ain't getting up because he's, Look, if I punch and he comes in and tries to do that, I step back into a strong stance. He can't get his foot there. So even if he's got his hand here, it's a wrestling match. Okay? From that point on, because he can't drop you because of the back leg. This is called bracing technique. Now, I want you to do this, and I'm going to show you the solution to this in a minute. Okay? Let's go. He punches, okay? I block him, I come in and try to do this, and he braces back. So what I do, I square off and do that. So instead of trying to put my foot, what I do is I move further into him, grab both the legs, he's gone. Okay, try that one. That's the solution to that bracing technique. So I want you to be careful on the next one because when I was teaching at Langston, I nearly killed Master Elliott. When I did this technique on him, his feet was that high and he landed on the back of his neck, and I went, oh God, he's dead. You know, but he got up and he did this for a minute, but then he was okay, see. We think he's okay. But anyway, you have to be very careful on this one because the guy, if you put any force to this one at all, the guy is going to go hard, okay? So on this one, the technique is when the guy punches, okay, you're going to block like this, like that, okay? I'm pulling away because I don't want to hurt him.
Thank you.
Technique, I block like this. I come under like that. You see what happened? Now I did this like that, down in Lexington, and so be careful, and then I'll show you the solution to it in a moment. Okay? Okay, now, the first solution to that technique is very simple. When I punch and he comes in and he tries to grab me, drop down, just like that. Now what's he going to do? He's got nothing. So all you have to do is drop from here as I punch. As he comes in, drop your left knee down. And he can get you. Try that. Punch and he comes in to get me. As I come down, push him like that. It seems simple, doesn't it? But he loses his balance for some odd reason. You know? So from this position, as he comes in, I drop down and push. Just like that. So if my left knee goes down, I twist to the right. Okay? Let's go. Okay? On this one, I punch, and as he comes in, he tries to get me, just push him down. Look at there where he landed. Okay? Do that. So from here, when he comes in, he tries to grab me, I take full time. Push him down. Okay? Go ahead, try that. I really like this one, because you can put him to sleep real quick. Anyway, I punch, and he comes in, he tries to go down. Raise the back leg. Now, one thing you're not seeing is I got my arm right here. Okay? Did you feel that? Yeah. From here, when he comes in, he tries to get me. I brace my back leg. Now, I like to get this other arm like that. Now he's got nothing. So if I've got his arm, I don't want to do this too long or he'll pass out. But if you put your right there, he's not going to be with you. Okay? Go. quick correction because on the first one I went down on my knee. So when he comes in and he tries to get me like this, what you want to do is brace this back leg like that. So you got him right here. You're going to drop into that knee. Okay? So brace the back leg, drop him down that way. Let's see this next one. I think it should be. Now, this one, the guy is going to punch with his left hand instead of his right hand. Okay? So when he comes in and punches, you're going to do this. Now, the same hand, if he's punching with his left hand, I'm going to block him with my right hand. Then this hand's going to come up under his armpit. This one's coming to his leg, and he goes down. Now, if you can't push him down, it's too strong for you. Once you come to this position, block him down. Okay? Try that, and I'll step in and I hit with my left hand. When he blocks me, he starts to come down.
Is that the same point?
Huh?
Same point.
Pretty much. Okay. It's simple, right? So if I punch, if he wants to block and come in, just dump the horse, you can bang his knee away, or you can knock his hands away, whatever you want. I'd like to get him underneath. Okay, let's go. I say brush the hands away. You can do that. Or you can hit the knee. I don't care. He comes in with his right hand. I move this foot back. Boom. Just a hammer fit straight from that block. That's all I have to do is drop and hit. Okay, so don't make it any tougher than it is. Okay? So if I punch and he starts to come in and get me, I come over here. Sorry, I remember this last second he didn't have it.
So you go like this.
I'll tell you, oh, remember he's got the cup. He does it. Okay? So from here, once I punch, when he comes in, I step over here. Wham! Just like that. You can brush the arm away, you can hit the groin. Either one, it's going to be the same line. Okay? Go ahead.
Sir.
First move and a second move, just in case the first move doesn't work. Go figure. Okay? So I punch with the left hand. He comes in and tries to get me, and I brace myself down. But if he gets my leg, then I move. Just like I did a while ago. Remember, shin, curl, pull, like that. So your first move is brace. But if he starts to pick your leg up, whoo, like there. I was paying attention, okay? So that's the thing. It's got the solution. First thing, brace. Second thing, if he gets your leg, go ahead and kick him with the one. Okay? Go ahead. Most of it you have it, okay? But in the Hsing, they didn't know about short kata. They didn't know about many things. They just have what they had. Section 9 is just called fine points, things you need to think about when you're doing your Hsing, when you're doing your training. That's basically what that is. Number 1 is linear stepping. Who doesn't know how to step linear? If you move forward, your front foot moves first. If you move backward, your back foot moves first. That's simple. Okay, but they used to make them just, up, down the floor, back up like that. Now, there's a good way to do that. You should do it because if you're sparring with somebody, you don't want to cross your feet, do you? You want to be able to have balance. You want to be able to move. You want to be able to get away. So that's what your linear stepping is all about. And that's the proper way to attack and retreat when you're doing that linear stepping. So that's number 1. Number 2, I teach to my white belts. Here, come here. We're facing opposite sides. The guy comes in. It's that simple. How many of you saw the second Karate Kid? When I saw this stuff, I went, ShatteringHand. Remember when he was doing the step to the side, step to the side? Now, the key to that, in case some of you haven't seen it, if I'm facing opposite, my back foot moves first, and my second foot comes in. Now, that's opposed to the fact that if we're facing the same way, then my front foot moves first, and then I pull in. So that's the 2 basic sidelines. Now, it doesn't deal with the second one here. It only deals with the one I showed you facing opposite. Okay? Have you all not had that one? What I want you to do, facing opposite. When the guy comes in, step away. We'll try it each side. Just go do that for a minute. If you have trouble with it, back to what move started. So if he does crushing hand, you already know that this is how crushing hand goes, right? Okay, but what about Phoenix faces the sun? Okay, same thing. It sees this way. Or even start with the backhand, like you do crushing hand. And then uppercuts, same thing. So if it's 1, 2, or even start with the backhand, like you do on crushing hand. Make it work, see? Okay, so that's what number 3 is telling us. It also says front kick, side kick, linear motion. So you see front kick, front kick, front kick. See how it moves forward, moves forward, moves forward. Same thing, side kick, side kick, side back. Yeah. Also, what goes forward can go backwards. You have to understand that. And then number 4 here, it says make up the combination of the 3 punches and the 2 kicks. For instance, we do 1, 2, 3, or we do 2, 3, 1. 3, 1, 2. You see like that? There's like 9 different ways you can make the combination. I think y'all are smart enough to figure that out. The same thing you can add to kicks. It's front kick with the front foot, side kick with the front foot, back kick with the side kick with the back foot, side kick with the front foot, and you can combine it around. And that's the type of training you should do just to get that thing going. Okay? Now, one thing I don't have in here is Hsing wasn't much for sweeping, okay? But we have, in order to see what you do about sweeping, you have to know the proper way to sweep. So, take your position, okay? Now, you can sweep from the back foot or the front foot. Let me do it from the back foot so you can see the exact detail. As I come through, I need to pivot my front foot, facing the same direction that his foot is facing. I bring my foot up. Now, bring up your pants leg so you can see. Okay? Keep your foot down there. I'm not going to have your foot like this. See how my foot is with the toes curled back? Flexed. Then it's flexed. When I come down, my heel grazes the ground. If my heel grazes the ground, this strong part of my leg hits this weak part of the Achilles tendon like that, and if you just barely touch it, it's going to go. But if you sweep it and follow through all the way up, then it's going to be even better. So that's the technique that you use for proper sweeping. If you come in and sweep somebody like this, you're going to get hurt. Okay? The only time you should ever sweep somebody's foot like that is if they're off balance and there's no weight on the leg. But if they have weight on the leg, you have to use the strong part of your foot to the weak part of their foot. So that's how you properly do the sweeping technique. And then it says, what do you do if the guy's going to sweep you? Well, the first one is I just go ahead and sweep. Pick up my foot. That makes sense, doesn't it? Okay? And then the next one says, after I pick up my foot, he sweeps, boom, kick his leg, take it with him. You see that? So this, to me, this is all very, very simple stuff. When you learn kata 4, or sparring technique 4, you should have learned proper sweeping technique. And so that's back in our white belt stuff, but once again, this is a Hsing thing, okay? And then there's this one that's really weird. If the guy's going to sweep you on this one, let him try to sweep. Now, it doesn't say anything about Hsing. But Master Sin told me a long time ago, if I sweep somebody and they brace that leg like that, pick it up.
I didn't see that
coming. Okay? So what I want you to do right now is I just want you to do the basic mechanic on the sweep and then do that. Pick up the leg, kick them, and then brace the leg. Okay? Do those just sweeping for a couple of minutes.
That was true.
I'm just belly on his knee and then his groin. And you can come in with the front side foot, back side foot, you know. So let's say that I'm on this position here. Take the stance, okay? Okay? Knee, just like that. See? Or come through with the back of the knee, groin. Side kick, like that. And then the next one down is front kick is the same way. So they were big time about kicking low, hitting the guy's knee, hitting the guy's groin. Okay? That's just things you do on practice with each other. Okay? And this last one is so weird. And you ask yourself, what were they thinking? You know, why would they finish something up like this? You know, because you're on this position, you go, and that's it. And I looked at it and I went, okay. You know, but it's basically punch here and you punch kick here and come back. And that's a technique they want you to know. So you got to try that at least a couple of times. Go ahead. Ali said something very interesting. He said if you do the same thing you did at 50s, you did when you're 20, you wasted 30 years. You know? So you should think about that. As we get older, you know, whatever. I'm not saying I've mellowed out much. But, you know, I've always thought I was a nice guy, even though other people don't. My own personal opinion. I hope you learned something here, and like I said, this is kind of a fill-in-the-blank thing. It's fun to do, you know. Punch, kick your opponent, your friend, you know, let him kick you back, you know, equal and even, right? You know, just remember, if you hit him, it's his turn next. That's the way I always look at it. And that's just a good way to go about it. I really like what Master Schaefer and all of you have done down here in Austin. You all